Now, what is it?
Close your eyes.
No, Sal, no.
You don't like it?
I think it's beautiful, but I can't take it.
I don't understand. I thought you loved me, Laurie, like I love you.
Oh, I do. But I can't marry you, Sal. I just can't.
Why? Because I work for your uncle?
No, that has nothing to do with it. It's because of this.
Because I'm Indian? But what difference does it make when the heart inside is the same?
But is it? An Indian woman knows what an Indian man is thinking and feeling. He don't have to say anything. She just knows. And a white woman knows the same about a white man, but we'd be strangers underneath. No, Sal. It's best for like to marry like.
If you knew you felt this way, Laurie, why didn't you tell me before now?
I just couldn't let myself think ahead till now, Sal. I just kept hoping things would stay the way they was with us.
My people have a saying. Once the arrow has left the bow, it's too late to correct the aim. White man would say what is done is done. I'll go pack my things.
You're leaving?
Our love has been something that we could be proud of, Laurie. If I stayed, it might become something that would bring us shame.
Oh, Sal.
So, this way I figured I'd find you, little Miss High and Mighty, making love to a dirty Indian.
No, Sal, please, I don't want no trouble. Come on.
You'll have trouble whether you want it or not when your uncle hears about this. Here, I thought you was something nice and fine, and it just shows you how a gal can fool a fella. And all the time you was carrying on with him. I'll bet he don't have to worry about buying no pig in the poke. What does that mean?
It don't mean nothing.
Oh, yes, it does. It means plenty. It means she ain't no better than them girls in town, not even as good, because they won't have nothing to do with no Indian.
devil's going on out here?
This Indian and Laurie are sweethearts. I saw them out behind the rocks.
Why, you dirty digger Indian.
With all the whiskey in you, that won't need disinfectant.
Get out of here.
I'm getting. But if you lay a hand on Laurie, I'll come back and I'll kick you. I'm returning to my people. But I leave my heart here.
And so, with everything in the white man's world suddenly falling to pieces around him, young Sal headed back to the Cocoa village where he'd been raised.
Mahoney.
I was on my way to trading post to find you. Hear me talk. I bring sorrowful news. Your mother, Weepaw, is dead.
Weepaw's good mother.
Her love for you was strong. Her last thoughts of you. She say to give you this. It is yours.
White man's ornament. I've never seen it before. A white baby. Joe.
Weepaw say to tell you the truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel.
Truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel. What rock? What wagon wheel? Was that all she said?
Her death was sudden. Her words were few. I have spoken.
Yeah, well, what you don't seem to savvy, Sheriff, is that dirty digger Indian tried to kill me.
Sal is no digger. He's a cocoa paw. And you ain't told me yet what you was doing that caused him to throw the knife.
He was pestering my niece, Laurie.
I caught him pestering her.
That's right. When I ordered him off the place, he gave me this.
I'll question him when I run across him.
When? Listen, Sheriff.
Meanwhile, I'm looking for somebody else. You ain't had any suspicious-looking customers around lately, have you?
Suspicious?
Yeah, prospectors with an unnatural amount of money to spend.
Well, such animal around these parts.
Why?
Been a lot of mine robbing going on hereabouts.
You mean claim jumping?
These fellows don't bother to jump claims. They just go in and help themselves to the stuff. All the places shut down for the hot weather.
Well, ain't nobody showed up here when they spend money.
Well, keep an eye out.
I will. I'll let you know.
Don't you see, Laurie?
It's a white baby's locket, all right.
And I'm that baby. That's my name there, Joe.
This was so. Why didn't Weepaw tell you she wasn't really your mother while she was still alive?
I don't know. But she's told me now. With this. And the message she left.
Truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel. Sounds like a riddle.
But I'll find the answer. I'll find that rock. It may take time, but I'll do it. Only wait for me.
From that day on, Sal turned prospector, not hunting for gold or silver like most, but for the rock that would provide the clue to his identity, the proof that he was a white man. And months of fruitless searching has gone by, when one day, coming around a bend in a canyon...
Joe! It's your friend, Sandy. Joe! Cut it out, Joe! It's me! Oh, Joe. It's your friend, Sandy. Joe. Joe.
Son, I don't know where you come from, but wherever it is, you sure come just in time. No! Don't bring him too. Not till I get him tied up. He's loco.
Loco? You mean he's drunk?
No, just plain loco. From the heat. From sitting on that seat back yonder day after day and staring at the wagons ahead. Sort of like cabin fever.
Heard stories about this happening. I sort of figured they're just stories.
Well, it's a lucky thing for me you had a chance to find out different. Being a swamper on a 20-mule team ain't a hard job, but you got to have the right kind of constitution for it. There, that'll hold him. Now you can bring him to. How you feeling, Joe? Still unfriendly, huh? Couple of days rest in town will fix him up good as new. Say, how'd you like to make yourself $10?
Doing what?
Taking his place on that wagon as swamper till we get into Mojave? There's mighty nigh 80,000 pounds on them wheels. And it takes 2 men on the bricks going downhill to keep from running over the mules.
If I do the job good, can I keep it steady?
Well, son, after all you've done for me, there ain't nothing I can say but sure. My name's Sandy Edwards.
Mine's Joe.
Joe? No, that won't do. I don't know more Joes around me. Now, let me see. Bill, Ed, Charlie, Ike. Ike, that's it. I'll call you Swamper Ike.
Suits me.
All right, Ike. Let's get him in the wagon now and get going. Come on, Joe. We're going to make you nice and comfortable.
By the time they reached Mojave, Sal, or Swamper Ike as Sandy called him, had himself a steady job on the big team. And he had 2 reasons for wanting it. It gave him a chance to earn good money and a chance while doing it to scout the country between Mojave and Death Valley in his never-ending search for the rock that held the secret of his identity. It was desolate country. For 10 days at a stretch on the 165-mile journey, they never laid eyes on another human being. Much of the time, they never even seen each other, with the teamster riding down on the nigh-wheeler and his swamper perched on top of the rear wagon, working the brake on the down grades.
Dang hot weather will be on us before you know it. Be back by dark, Sandy.
Ain't you never going to give up looking for that rock by the wheel?
Never.
All I can say is you sure deserve to find it.
Sandy.
Huh?
Did you ever do any praying?
Fred? Me?
That preacher over in Mojave. He said you can get anything you want just by praying for it. You believe there's anything to it?
I don't know. But you've tried everything else. Why don't you give it a fling?
I'm going to. He was standing up on the ridge when I came out of the mine.
What was he doing way out there?
He's swamping for Sandy Edwards on the big team.
Think he saw you?
No doubt about it, but whether he recognized me or not, I don't know.
Yeah, we can't take any chances on that. The sheriff's been nosy enough as it is. Which way was the outfit heading?
South?
Well, the rate that they're traveling, you won't have any trouble overtaking them before they get to Mojave. With him sitting up there on that wagon, you'll be able to pick him off just as easy as a bottle sitting on a fence post. Get yourself something to eat. I'll take care of this load of ore.
Across the waste of desert, the big team crawled. Sandy Edwards at the jerk line, Swamper Ike atop the rear wagon, dreaming of Laurie. Unaware that at that very moment she was pushing her horse along the route they'd taken to warn him that Art Crowley was also riding to see him, with murder in mind.
Hey, Sandy, hold it!
Art Crowley's gunning for you, Sal. He aims to kill you.
Kill me? Why?
Uncle Fred put him up to it. They think you saw him stealing gold from Doc Whitley's claim.
Thanks, Laurie, for riding all the way out here to warn me. Might as well sit a spell and rest before you start back.
I'm not going back, Sal, ever. I'm staying with you and marrying you.
But I ain't proved nothing about who I am.
You don't need to. You're you. And I know now that's all that matters.
Now you two are talking sensible. But there's just one little obstacle between you and that preacher. Namely, a fellow named Crowley.
Did you hear him say where they plan on holding this little surprise party?
No. But they talked about shooting you off the wagon like a bottle off a fence post.
But the only place he could get close enough to do that would be when we're going through the canyon. If I only knew what spot I could pull a little surprise party of my own.
Yeah, but you don't. If you go wandering around looking for him, 10 chances to 1 he'll get you first.
Sandy, you pull ahead to the mouth of the canyon. Make camp as usual. Take care of Laurie. I'm going to borrow your horse. I'll be back by daylight. Head for the corral. We're going for a ride.
Where?
We'll find out when you get there. Now move.
Well, this is where you ran off to. Well, you don't have to bother to come back.
I'm not aiming to. I'm staying here, marrying Sal.
Now, where's Crowley?
Crowley? Why, he's gone to Darwin.
He's not either. He's hiding somewhere up in the canyon waiting to shoot Sal. I heard you and him planning it.
Is that what she told you? Oh, Crowley went to Darwin, like I said.
All right, put this on.
What for?
You're going to ride Swamper through the canyon.
Swamper? I don't know nothing about swamping.
You will by the time you get through.
Yeah, if Crowley don't get you before you get through.
I told you that Crowley went to Darwin.
You got nothing to worry about. Put it on.
You win. He's up in the canyon.
Whereabouts?
On the ridge, about the 4th turn.
Tie him up, Sandy. I don't come back, put a bullet in him. Looking for me, Crowley? Not as easy as shooting a bottle off a fence post, is it?
So you got him, huh?
Got him, Sal. Slipped and fell.
We heard the shots. I was scared, Sal.
Not Sal. Joe. Look. Laurie, this is the proof I've been looking for.
The rock with a wheel. Well, I'll be darned.
Indian riding. What's it say?
Horse, this is a prairie schooner. This is the death sign. White man, white woman. No water. And this is the sign for the Kokopaw. A whole band of them came. They found a white baby. And this is a heart with the English word Joe in it.
It's your locket, Sal. I mean, Joe.
Well, by doggers, maybe that preacher was right about praying for what you want.
Only it's a little late. Don't make no difference now.
That's why you never found it before. It never did make no difference, and you two had to realize it.
But I still don't know my last name. I just can't call you Mrs. Joe.
Well, now, I've got a middle name I ain't never used. I'd be proud to give it to you. It's Williams.
Mrs. Joe Williams? How does that sound?
Wonderful.
Mrs. Joe Williams.